The diggers are going, they're actually going to go off to the service because every 6 months and every year we have like kind of a part service and a full service. We're actually due a full service, and also the Cormidis, they've got ignition problems and one of the back steps needs a bracket onto it as well, and just a general overhaul. The mini digger, that hasn't been serviced for about a year, so that's got to be done. So all we've done is we've just driven them all on now, put them all on. But these are massively essential in our industry, I do find, because it's a massive game changer for me. Saves me a lot of money, makes me a lot of money as well. If ever you're in the construction industry, definitely look into purchasing a couple of Cormidis, CO50s. These are absolutely brilliant. You can load into skips. Somebody said to me, why don't you get a JCB, sit down 1 ton, but no. These get into such tight spaces and they can spin on a penny as well, which is really, really brilliant. And this Yanmar digger, the VIO17, it's a really nice digger, but actually compared to the Tahichi, I would definitely, if I was going to redo it again, I would definitely buy Tahichi. The Yanmar 7 tonner I've got is really nice, but I do think the small digger lets itself down a little bit. It's just the way it claws into the blade. But so definitely check out Beeline. There he is, there, the main man. He's taking the crooks away. There we go. Guys, how you doing? What we've ordered here from Ironmongery Direct is a pocket door, and it's actually, this make is actually a Cleese. The client decided in the bathroom, which is just over here actually, this detail over here, instead of this door swinging onto this dead wall here, we suggested to the client, how about if we put a pocket door in, because it's a big space saving idea. So we've actually fitted the Cleese system before. This is 100 for 100mm stud work. We've also ordered the actual capping and the drop proofing kit with it. We've also ordered the Cleese soft close, because it's actually really quite nice to push the door into the pocket and it just closes nice and softly instead of slamming to. And then the other thing that this does is, as you then pull it to that weight, it suddenly stops and doesn't slam, which is really quite nice. Obviously, because we're fitting Crittle everywhere, it's going to be matte black. Then go on for matte black flush handles that go either side of the actual door. Obviously then a bathroom snib that will work really well. Let's get unpacking. It has been some time since I knocked one of these up, and I knocked it up on the floor, so I definitely made a conscious effort. If I was going to knock another one of these up, it was going to be on a nice platform area, so that's what I've actually done. Now I'm sure, yeah, these are all the cappings you see. So let's just get that out. I'm not going to take this out of the box because I won't do this until I actually come to fit the door and everything else. But you can see it comes with really great explanations, installation of the jambs and the door stops, how to do it, how to set it all up, which is really cool. And the main bit I want is going to be the other side, the metal. So let's get unpacking the main big goodie box. That looks like the other side jam, that looks like the top runner rail. That's some polystyrene bits, but whatever you do not throw away these bits of polystyrene here, because you think they might be rubbish and they're not, because you actually need them in here. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There they are, 5. 10 cross braces. We then got the top rail, which is obviously, looking at it, is this bit here. That's the top rail. Looking at it, because that's the mechanism that moves in and out. We then got a side rail here, another side rail, which is basically this one over here, and then this side here as well. That's where the door recesses into, so that'll end up being the handle side, as I would call that, guys. You can see this is where the actual roller runs into here, doesn't it? So obviously this is going to be the top piece, which is obviously E here, isn't it? So now a lot of the time I just get this magazine and just do that, throw it away and just crack on, but I'm not going to this time because it's been a long time since I want to take you on this journey of me making this up, because it has been some time. But I know the last time I spoke to Pete, when he made it one up, really enjoyed doing it. So this is just a thought of consideration then. We've got a flush handles going in. Yes. And looking at this here, the depth of it, and because obviously we know it's like with hinges, 3-inch hinges going on to a very thin door and everything else.
Oh yeah, they are quite, aren't they?
Yeah, so if you can imagine, if we got that going both sides, we'd end up hollowing out probably quite a lot, wouldn't we?
Well, I think we've got, well, to be fair, I mean, that's what I'm saying, and we'll see where we are with it.
and then we could actually just measure in between, can't we? And what's that, buddy?
32 mil overall, 33 mil overall.
The doors, so what we'll end up doing then, if we put these in, we'll actually route it all the way through to accommodate this.
Well, actually, it's only going to be this bit that's going to be routed out. There's plenty of meat on the bone to screw in these fixtures, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, that's what we'd have a router. We wouldn't go like an ordering it out, we'd end up laying the door down, routing it out. Because obviously, then the other thing is these screws here are actually quite long, you see, Pete.
Yeah, they're going to make. Well, to be fair, regardless if it was a 45 mil door, they'd still meet in the middle, wouldn't they?
Yeah, you'd just slightly offset them. That's the only thing. So. Yeah. Now we've got unpacked and done everything. So Pete's made some really great points that this is already comes preset to the 75 mil, so we'll end up cutting some timber, 75 mil. So what we're going to do is me and Pete are going to knock this together to set up for a 75 mil overall stud with the plasterboard both sides, then makes it 100 mil. So let's crack on. That's the top, innit?
Yeah, that's the top of that one. Put on until the next stage.
That's an end. That's internal, is it?
That's internal. That's how this is how this is going to go together. So what you then do is you get two of these supports here.
There you go, mate.
Lovely stuff. Other thing to check. That's fine.
Yeah.
So takes that because obviously we've got these to clip in and that has to line.
That's it. So what we've got there is when you flip it that way, you can actually see these brackets here. They're lined through with these brackets here, and I assume that's going to be the same. Yep, that's it. Okay, mate, got it. Okay,
so,
boom.
This way up, you notice, really easy fixing.
Lovely.
They're the same way that if anyone ever's put together these shelving units and storage for sheds and all the rest of it, it's exactly the same principle.
Put one on the top, just then keep it all together.
Hold it all together, and then we'll flip it over, put it on the other side.
I like the mallet, Pete.
Yeah, it's a good little thing, isn't it? One thing to always check though, make sure you get all four of these in, because sometimes it's...
yeah, no, I know what you mean, yeah. So what you've got here, guys, look, come and have a quick look at this. It's really important that last bit clicks in over there to keep it in. That last bit there to make sure you hammer it home so that then, look, can't move. Now look at it, nice and solid.
So it says flip it over, get one of these on the other side.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is line that through there. Got it lined through in the centre, so... There you go, that's clicked in there. That was always the point, that bit there, clicking in. So guys, this lug here, looking at it, goes this way around like that, Pete, do you? I think.
And then it will come out. Got these screws here.
You're going to cordless them in, mate. Will I hold that? Which way are you going? Different fixings in here now. I like the way they clip in, it's nice, isn't it, mate? There we go then. Right, next phase.
So I think it should be your top right.
So basically what we've done at the moment, we've knocked up all of the steps, we've done the top frame, we've done this now, knocked all these together. We now need to put all of the polystyrene into the centrepiece.
Yeah.
So let's do that next. There you go, mate. That's it. Brilliant.
Next step is to fit the top track. Now as you can see, you've got these notches here. What you need to do, you need to insert this in and then line with these notches in line with the bits that you're going to locate it into. So slide it in, put it to the appropriate place.
Tell me there, Pete. Push it in, yeah, I'm going to tap it now, Pete, ready? So gone?
That's it, done.
Yeah, and it also clips in at the top here as well.
And I think two
self-tappers in there. So what it's saying now is the end can be then clipped in through the side, which is this bit here, mate, okay. This folds down that way, that folds this way, and these then fold this way like this, because look, you can see on this drawing, they fold in, fold down. So we're going to get a proper hammer for that. It's going to be the best thing, isn't it, Pete? That's it, Pete, lovely.
You've got to bend these over to 90 degrees. Like that.
Okay.
Like that. Then what that does, that creates a perfect distance from this bracket to your opening side. If these are just temporary things, they come out when you come to fit the door.
I'll do the same here, Pete.
That's it.
So that is it.
So that's ready for fitting now.
I know it sounds silly.
I think
you could probably knock that up within
I reckon half hour.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. You know, like if you're doing a load of them, once you've done one, you just, that's it, you're away.
The thing is, I always say is that you get good at it as you get.
Yeah.
If you had 2 or 3 of them to like in a row, obviously you always make your first couple of mistakes, don't you, on the first one, and by the time you get to the second or third, you've got it down to a T.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would say about this kit, it's a great kit. I love the way it all knocks together. It works on like kind of literally sliding mechanism, locking in mechanisms. The only thing I think with this at the moment is the screws could be a better quality, couldn't they, mate?
But to be fair,
self-tapping.
Whenever you come across a kit like this, you always find that's the one thing that lets it down.
Yeah. It definitely so.
You know, it's like when you get a bit of flat pack furniture, isn't it?
Yeah.
They always give you the crappiest quality screws, don't they?
Yeah, they do actually.
It's just one of those. The thing is, it's the only thing that lets it down.
Yeah,
but obviously,
generally, I think it's really good.
But the thing is, if you're a DIYer,
you don't know about those self-tapping, self-drilling screws.
If you don't have like your little workshop where you've got spares, it could be a real ball out because you don't. You're gonna have to go to Screwfix. You're gonna have to go to a hardware store. You're gonna buy a packet of screws to replace 2 that you're missing. Just for that to sit in the shed for, and you'll never use them again. Then will you? So I reckon they need to either pack a few more spares, or maybe just get a better quality one, or maybe.
Yeah. Well, the moral of the story is that you just sell better.
Or maybe just get some drillers, so that you're guaranteed it goes in first time.
Yeah, definitely, And at the moment, you can see if we went that way, it's not going to work how the client wants it, because you'd be right on top of the toilet there, Pete, I think, wouldn't you? And it might feel a bit odd. So we've drawn the stud work out, we've actually put the toilet in here, so as you open the door, the toilet's going to be right there, and the basin's going to be there, and at the moment, the way that's going to finish with the stud work, that would normally attach that way like that, wouldn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
You could just get away with it, but I think the other way around might look better. Should we try it, Pete?
Spot on,
no, I actually think that works better.
Yeah.
Because you can open it up like that. Yeah, the toilet's there, but you're in front of the basin then. So I actually think that does work better, Pete.
The best thing is, if we do it this way,
we've only got to make a small amount of stud work here.
Well, the thing is also, we'll be able to screw through here straight into our 8x2.
Yeah, that's it. Going to make it even stronger then, isn't it, mate?
That's it, I know.
We can pilot these, can't we?
Yeah, that's absolutely
That's it from the other side before we put the other. That's brilliant. That's going to work out really well.
Another good thing about this is, because these are so easy to take off, you can just pop them off in situ, screw them up,
get it screwed up,
bang.
job done, isn't it, mate? And then the plasterboard can come across here, collect onto there, so it's one sheet, making it even stronger.
But on the other hand, is it worth maybe just going like that way a little bit and maybe screwing a bit of batten from this side to that so that we can line it?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's a great shout.
Because obviously this is quite heavy gauge metal, you're not going to be able to screw straight to that.
Yeah, 100%.
So it only needs to be like 25mm, doesn't it?
No, I think that's a great. What we do is make that 75mm by 25mm.
Yeah.
Screw it to this, it'll make it even better then, wouldn't it, mate? Great shot, yeah, I like that. And then obviously, as you say, we can screw through this part of the bracket into the
eliminates the
AP2.
risk of anything fouling up.
Plus the other thing is that when we run it through like this with the plasterboard, we'll get a really nice connection then, won't we?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, let's do that then, mate. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's 75mm, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually 72mm it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd do, Pete? If I take it to the 100 mark, let's do that to the 100 mark like that. It's actually 73mm.
Yeah, so I mean,
let's make it 73mm.
Yes, but you're not going to get that off the shelf, are you?
No, yeah, definitely not. So
stand this up.
Yeah, stand that side then, mate. Let's go for it. Boom.
You took a picture of Pete's laser. Look at that. So absolutely precise along that edge. Pete, you smashed it.
Yeah, no, it looks good as well. So
we always wedge ours with 2 folding wedges. It's the best way, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
and what we're doing over here, look, let me tell you over here. Pete's come up with a really good idea. It's making this corner up so it gets its solid fixing, get a nice fixing then through here into this timber. Then also we can get a fixing through these rails into this big piece of it. So it's absolutely solid, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, to be fair, I mean,
absolutely. I reckon it's probably the most solid one we've ever done.
Well, it's like I say, I mean,
the base all fixed in and rigid.
Yeah, that's it. So it's worked out well, hasn't it? So
yeah, and Pete, you can see Pete's line all through with the plasterboard here. That looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, spot on.
Absolutely spot on all the way through. Boom, Pete, smashed it, ain't you? Lovely, awesome job. Yeah, put a couple of new concrete nails in. The reason we've had to do them for reveal, client wants to now put a cradle door in here, didn't they, Al? So I was had to redo that. That's absolutely brilliant. We're actually going to have to put more lintels in, aren't we, Al? On some of the window fronts, aren't we? Because they're just bricks, aren't they? Yeah. There's obviously all the original windows, which are in the old wooden ones with cradle metal frames. They used to be like structural windows, so the brick would just went up top, and then obviously years later we ripped all those out, put PVC ones in. Now we're ripping the PVC ones out, we're putting aluminium in, but there's no strength in any of the windows, so we're now going to put polymer linels at the front. They've got timber linels at the back. The engineers said they're really good, don't bother taking them out, so great, happy days.
So I haven't done a roof for like kind of 20 years, and I used to like doing the roofs, but it's just as you progress, it's having time to do everything. And obviously, because we've had to wait for the electrician and plumber, it's allowed us to come onto the roof. We'll probably end up having to get additional labour inside to obviously start boarding, because if we don't, we're still going to be on the roof trying to fit it in between. Maybe we could, I mean, because the roof will be watertight. If we get people boarding, or if we do the boarding ourselves, when the plasterer then comes in, when they're plastering, we could then jump back onto the roof, because it'll be fountain battened, which is pretty much 99% waterproof. And then all we've got to then do is just get all the tiles on. The one thing with these tiles, it's really time consuming, because you have to nail, the Ashmore's a great tile, but they're very brittle, aren't they, Pete? They break really easily, so you can't walk on them, definitely can't walk on them. They just break so easily. You have to nail every one of them. Great, you get them down to a very low pitch, which is why we went these, because then it matches through with this pitch here, and it does look lovely on the roof where two tiles can match, so it's a big benefit that. I just wish that when they make these tiles, probably make them a little bit stronger so they're not as brittle, so you can walk on them.
Another thing you've always to concern about is what's this stuff like to repair if you've got a cracked one.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously, if you've got a crack in the middle of this and you've got every single one double nailed, it's going to be a right pain, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm doing this morning, I'm machining up some 15mm packers to go on top of the rafters. Because we've got a matchboard detail, it's raised the height of the roof up by the thickness of the matchboard. And what I'm doing is, this is just some timber that's been left over from the truss roof that we purchased, and I'm just going to machine it down to the width of the rafter, and then machine it down to 15mm. And what that will do is, because the tile we use, we're not allowed to notch the battens, because it won't give the tile the appropriate amount to hook onto. By machining this timber up to 15mm, it just means it will line through with the matchboard perfectly, and we'll be able to get a decent purchase on the tile. So that's what we're doing. It's alright, you could hit me in the head 3 times a day for the rest of your life and it's still leaving the school, hasn't it? I think when we were at Simon Hooks, I used to hurt you about 3-twice a day average.
Well, it knocked a bit of sense into me, Pete.
Happy times.
Happy times, mate.
Yeah, that's it, happy times, weren't they?
We're paslowing on the extra strips on top of the rafters to obviously make up this difference, because obviously we want the roof to line through nicely, because if we don't do it, guys, you know, it's going to kick the tiles, isn't it? So we've got to put a double thickness through the value blade, because you can see it's already low, so we'll do that as well. Just going to finish up across there. We'll strip the rest of that roof, do exactly the same in here, and then we can actually then do the cocking fillet that's going to be done at the bottom. You can see over here, run that in, because there's no fascia on this, guys, there's only barge board, that's it. So right, we've got to crack on. Me and Pete got a lot to do today.